Well, obviously, last year was just one of those years that so many things went right, and I made several comments last year of, I think you could argue, maybe one of the best years in school history, just from the standpoint of not only the 24 wins, but doing it against the schedule that we were able to do it against. And, but it was also one of those years where things just seemed to go right. It was an injury-free year. Chemistry was good, along with the fact that we had obviously a lot of talent in this team, very competitive, and hopefully we can continue that this year. We have a lot back, but we obviously had two seniors last year that were vital. Hannah Cadan, not only her ability, but mainly just her leadership ability. We had one game late in the year last year at Georgia Southern where Hannah was out with an injury, a concussion, and I remember the entire game felt like stressful panic mode to me because I relied on her for a couple of years of everything from inbounds plays. She was just a calming factor in this team, and the one game she's not there, we were able to win it, but the whole game was stressful to our team, and because of her leadership. And then you have Jasmine Hunt, who ended up being an all-conference post player that, we had a couple games last year where maybe we just didn't shoot it very well, but she always gave you an answer that was so strong and powerful inside. So obviously those are two big losses for us, and we've got to find ways to overcome those losses.
Thank you very much, Coach Boyer. As a reminder to our members of the media, please press *1 to get in the queue to ask questions. Our first questions come from Brian Hudgens with The Advocate. Brian, please go ahead.
Coach Boyer, I wanted to ask you, was last season productive from the standpoint of you had success, but there was also that feeling of we still have goals that we want to accomplish? Was it kind of productive in that way?
Well, I think, I think last year, again, it's just one of those years that, so many good things happen to you. But at the same time, your ultimate goal of any season is to get to the NCAA tournament. And, we fall short of that. And, and we fall short of the regular season title, too. So while a lot of great things happen, there's still those, couple things out there that we weren't able to accomplish. And with a lot of returners, you hope they use that as motivation. And, but what we keep telling and reminding this team, though, is we gave ourselves two legitimate chances last year to get in the NCAA tournament. Not only a finals, getting to the finals of the tournament, and playing well against Little Rock, just coming up short, but then you finish the year with a 45 RPI, and when the NCAA selection show ends, and at the end of the show they pop up the last four teams to not get in the tournament, and the Red Wolves logo is one of those four, you realize how close you really were, not only to get an automatic, but even an at-large. And, as long as your program, I feel like as long as you can keep yourself in those situations, good things are going to happen. So we're proud of what we accomplished last year, but yes, the ultimate goal, we failed to get.
Thank you very much, Brian. Our next questions come from Jonesboro, Arkansas. Caller, please identify yourself and go ahead.
Hey, Coach, this is Kevin.
Hey, Kevin.
Hey,
Kevin.
You mentioned the loss of Hannah and the loss of Jasmine Hunt. Who are some of the players that have kind of stepped forward to take those roles, this season?
Well, I think from Hannah's standpoint, I think when you're talking basketball ability, I think we're fine there. From the standpoint of, Jeff Flannery has meant a lot to this team over the last couple of years. She's given us a lot of really good minutes while she came off the bench, but she has taken her game, and it's not so much as that better basketball player as much as just another more mature level of play, better understanding, better confidence in what she's doing, and I think we're going to be fine there. I think she's got a chance at a really, really good year for us, and she's one of those players that, from an offensive standpoint, that she is always on the edge of breaking out for 2 or 3 threes or 4 threes. She's always she has that chance to always explode with those because she's such a great shooter and quick shooter. So we're going to find there. Now, the leadership part of it, that Jess doesn't bring that. She's more quiet, so we're going to have to find that from others. But, that's where, Dre Gamble's, another year more mature. Khadijah's being more vocal this year. I think Jamie Ruffins is being more vocal this year, so we have to find that from others. So as far as inside scoring, that's still a work in progress. That's replacing Jazz. We have the three, that were freshmen last year. Two of them are sophomores. One is still is a redshirt freshman. But Lauren Bradshaw, Leah Warren, Algo, they're all making big strides. But I don't know that any one has really stepped forward from the other. The other option, we'll probably see us do early is maybe go away from that and actually maybe go with a smaller lineup, maybe a little bit more versatile because, Amanda Lawson is playing really well for us right now. We had real high expectations from her when she got here, and, I can see us, early on playing her a lot at the 5 spot, just being undersized but more versatile.
And one more thing, I guess, about the preseason poll, with the expectations you have, I guess that doesn't really change anything for you, does it? I mean, you already had those kind of expectations.
Yeah, and those polls, was I surprised that we were picked to win it? No, but I also would not have been surprised had we not been picked. And as I've told this team numerous times already, is this league, it's going to be a lot harder to win this league than in the past. This may be, while our league was pretty good last year, I think it's even better this year. And when you look at that poll, you got 5 different teams with first place votes, and I could agree with every one of those first place votes. I could sit here and argue every one of those are accurate. I don't think any of those first place votes are charity first place votes. I mean, I could sit here right now and argue for Troy winning this league, and I could argue for Lafayette winning this league, and I could argue for Little Rock winning the league. I could certainly argue for Texas Arlington winning this league, and I think I could give an argument for ourselves too. So I just think it's going to be a really competitive league and a fun league to watch throughout the year.